And so the Starfighters beginning to turn the tide of this battle now. The Starfighters beginning to get things underway as the Rat Patrol gets into deeper and deeper trouble now. The Rat Patrol fighting the Starfighters, and now it is Scott Armstrong caught. And now look at this gut-wrench salto, beautifully executed by the Starfighters, showing the background and their amateur background as they're going back to the basics of wrestling. A headbutt here, and now trying to set him up for a high vertical suplex, does exactly that. And so once again, the Starfighters have things very much under control. Scott Armstrong barely able to power out before the count of 3. The referee, Mr. Crumley, watching things very carefully. Now watch the Starfighter up on the top rope, catches his own partner, caught his own partner coming off, and Scott Armstrong makes it over. The tag is made. Steve Armstrong charges into the ring. Hard right hands. Armstrong coming from the backyard with those right hands now has the Starfighters in trouble. And now Scott Armstrong is in there. We've got a Pier Sixer going now. All 4 men in the ring at the same time. All right, let's watch the Starfighters now. Let's see whether or not they're able to return to action here, as both Steve and Scott Armstrong have things very much as their own now. And now it is Steve Armstrong going after the mask of one of the Starfighters. Time rapidly running out in this match. The Rat Patrol against the Starfighters. Good block that time by the Starfighter, but Steve Armstrong has the mask. He has the mask, and our cameraman trying to get in to get a shot of the unmasked Starfighter, but to no avail. He has slipped away from the ring, and now it is Steve and Scott Armstrong. Good tag team action here. They get the crossbody press, and they get the pinfall. A fine victory for Scott and Steve Armstrong. The Rat Patrol is victorious. I want to take a moment right now to talk to the Nightmares to find out if they wish to accept the challenge.
Not only do we wish to accept the challenge, we will accept the challenge, because you know everybody's seen what great haircuts we give. But we're going to give them an Army haircut, down to the skin, shave it, baby, anytime, anywhere, riches, you name it, we'll be there, baby. That's right, baby, right there, just like he said, anytime, any place, anywhere, wherever they want to do it, Mr. Soley, wherever that Tommy Rich wants to get a GI haircut, you just name it.
Fair enough. They've accepted the challenge. We'll be back right after these messages. Now that NWA Wrestling does return to Fort Whiting in Mobile, and that'll be on January 3rd. The World Heavyweight Champion will be there to defend his title. Meanwhile, tomorrow night in Pensacola at the City Auditorium, match time is 8 p.m. That's the new starting time now, 8 p.m., and it's going to be a great, great night of wrestling competition. Let me talk first to Mr. Robert Fuller.
Yeah, in Mexico. I've never been, and I don't want to go. I got words for you, Mexico. I seen you shaking when you signed the contract to wrestle me in the first place. Either you came from Mexico and you got in the earthquake somewhere, or you so scared of the luscious one, you can't keep a straight face when it's time to put your name on the line. I'm going to make you pay. I'm putting a title around my waist in Pensacola.
All right, Southeastern title, Sir Brad Armstrong.
Oh, yes, that boy with a beautiful body. I just can't wait to get my hands on him. In actual fact, I'd like to wrestle him early in the day, and I'd like to wrestle the Bullet at night. That way, I'd have the sun in the morning and his dad at night.
Enough. Let's go to these words.
You know, Roberto, I know you got a lot at stake with this Continental title, but you got a man that I know a lot about, Robert Fuller.
I know a man that is sticking his mouth where it doesn't belong. Robert Fuller, I'm sick and tired of you calling me a Mexican. I'm not a Mexican. I'm a Puerto Rican. I'm proud of it. It's not that I don't have nothing against the Mexicans. But Robert Fuller, in Pensacola tomorrow, this title is going to be against you. I'm going to put up a title against you. Robert Fuller, when I get in the ring, you're going to know what's a Puerto Rican is to be on top of you.
That's exactly right. I understand the man's proud of his heritage. I'm proud of my own heritage, because I'm Southern-born, Southern-bred, thoroughbred. And this man from Manchester, England, or someplace over in London, well, I don't know nothing about that, but I hear the man can wrestle pretty good because the Bullet told me. The Bullet's been down the road with Adrian Street. Well, I got something for you, Adrian Street. Tell me you want the Bullet at night and the Sunday afternoon. I got it for you in Pensacola tomorrow night.
It's all going to happen tomorrow night in Pensacola at the City Auditorium. Ken Timms will be there, and it's going to be a loser leave town.
Ladies and gentlemen, this special television event is one fall with a special 15-minute time limit. It is for the Continental Television Trophy. First of all, in the ring, the hand-picked opponent of Robert Fuller weighs in at 204 pounds. Here is the Executioner. And ladies Ladies and gentlemen, the music will tell the story as he makes his way to ringside. The Continental Television Trophy champion weighs in at 233 pounds. From Tennessee, here is the luscious Robert Fuller.
Okay, Robert Fuller getting set to defend the Continental. Robert Fuller getting set to defend the Continental Championship TV title. Offering his hand now to the Executioner. Fuller holding a height and weight advantage here. Ow! Right on the handshake. Wasted no time. Drove a knee in on the handshake. And Fuller, high knee lift under the chin of the Executioner. Fuller brings him up. Full body slam. Top velocity as he crashed into the canvas that time. Coming up rather slowly. Fuller catches him once again, has him up. High vertical suplex. And the Executioner in a lot of trouble now, and it is Fuller after the mask of the Executioner. The Executioner slips out of the ring. Fuller caught him coming in. Fuller in the red trunks, wasting no time at all in punishing the Executioner. Fuller with a distinct weight and height advantage and utilizing it to the very utmost. Referee Nick Tukas watching carefully. Fuller, however, staying within the parameters of the rules and regulations. However, now going after the mask once again. Fuller seems a little more intent on removing the mask than he does in, and he's got that mask almost all the way off. The Executioner slips away, covering his head, trying to get away, and it's impossible to get a clear look at his face. But apparently is leaving the ring. And Fuller after him again, jams him into the steel ring post. Fuller back into the ring and standing alone with the mask. And it is rather obvious to this observer that the Executioner is down, out, and finished. And Fuller even punishing the Executioner even more. A hand-picked opponent. Robert Fuller himself picking this man from a group last week of names. And the Executioner has been indeed executed. Fuller in complete charge, completely dominating. And what's he doing now to that boot? Caught him with that boot. And he gets the 3 count. He gets the 3 count. And it is all over. It is all over for the Executioner. For the official word, here's our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, record time, 4 minutes and 2 seconds. The fall and the mask go to the Continental Television champion, the luscious Robert Fuller.
By the way, Mike Jackson will be at Minor Christian School to wrestle on Tuesday night. And right now I want to talk to both Johnny and Tommy Rich about the comments made by the Nightmares earlier.
We just want to say, Gordon, the match has been signed Christmas Day night. Nightmares, You're going to go out of here, Bowell Auditorium. This is a Christmas present to all the people in Birmingham. For you right here, Christmas night, nightmares, we're going to shave your heads bald, boys. That's a promise.
You know what it amounts to? You know, and I thank all these people here for being behind Tommy and Johnny Rich. But you know it comes down to nightmares. You want to go for some hair? We ain't talking about scissors. You signed the title match. Hair versus hair. The loser of the fall. Christmas Day night. Whether it be Johnny, whether it be me, but most likely of all, it's going to be one of you two geeks. Right. Christmas Day night. I want everybody to bring a friend because I guarantee you it's going to be a Christmas that the nightmares won't never forget.
All right, it's signed, sealed, and shortly to be delivered.
Tomorrow night in Pensacola, I'm putting everything on the line against you, Timms. That's right, lose or leave town. But I don't mind as long as you put that United States Junior title up that I feel I should have in the first place. Lose or leave town against the U.S. Junior title tomorrow night in Pensacola. And you better be ready for a fight, son, because I don't plan on leaving Pensacola. I've been there for 8 years now, and it's a town that I love. So you have all your guns loaded. Tomorrow night, lose or leave versus United States title, and plan on having the fight of your life.
How about that?
I show you how confident I am. I not only put the title on the line, but I also signed a contract that said if by some mere coincidence I lost, I would leave. But on January the 3rd, I'm going to wrestle the world champion. And Roy Lee Welch, I'm going to sing Happy Trails to you. You're going back to Oklahoma.
Well, he's going to have to beat him first tomorrow night in Pensacola before he goes to Fort Whiting in Mobile. And here's a word from Jim Walter.
Special television main event. Southeastern street fight rules are in effect. Tag team action. First of all, making their way to ringside at a combined weight of 564 pounds. Here is the team of Boomer H. Lynch and luscious Robert Fuller. Don't forget, in this match, anything goes. Street fight rules in effect. And ladies and gentlemen, the #1 challenging team at a combined weight of 473 pounds. Here is the team of the Bullet and Brad Armstrong.
On the day I was born, it was all around. The gates were wide open. I could throw every pound. The nurse spoke up to leave this one alone. She tell right with me that I was bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone.
Boomer H. Lynch and Robert Fuller against Bullet Armstrong. Bullet and Brad Armstrong. And it's Boomer Lynch right now jamming Brad Armstrong's head into the turnbuckles. Boomer H. Lynch very definitely in control at this particular moment. And Lynch now, the South Africaner, punishing Brad Armstrong. Now, the Bullet has Bob Fuller in trouble. Robert Fuller in trouble. The Bullet catching him now. Catching that left leg, dragging him back into the ring. Remember, this is a Southern street fight. Come as you are, carry what you want. The Bullet and Brad punishing the combination of Boomer H. Lynch and Robert Fuller. Anything goes and probably will. Robert Fuller ripping across the eyes of Brad Armstrong. Ooh, uncorks a couple of hard right hands. Another hard right hand. Exactly what I said, anything goes. Boomer H. Lynch using a rope over there on the Bullet. The Bullet retaliating. And Brad Armstrong rocked with a hard right hand. Referee Roy George trying an impossible task here. There is no law and order in this match whatsoever. Merciless mayhem breaking loose. Hard right hand by the Bullet. The Bullet catches Robert Fuller in the midsection, catches him one under the jaw. Drives him back to the canvas. Robert Fuller in trouble. And Brad Armstrong catches Boomer H. Lynch, and a four-way melee, a Pier 6er Southern street fight. Boomer H. Lynch driven to the canvas again. Brad Armstrong in the Bullet. Beginning to dominate the situation now. Wild chop now by the Bullet. A lot of people trying to prove that the Bullet is indeed Bob Armstrong. He's up. He's got the sleeper hold. The Bullet's got the sleeper hold. And Robert Fuller signaling somebody. Robert Fuller coming. Wait a minute. There's the Flame. There's the Flame coming to the ring. He is at ringside. The Flame resolutely approaching the ring. Ooh! The Flame living up to his name, hurtling a fireball across the ring, and it's the Flame after the mask of the Bullet. Wait a minute, Roberto Soto just charged in there. Roberto Soto catching the Flame. And catches Robert Fuller. Brad Armstrong outside the ring. And now it's the Bullet. Pounding out a tattoo on the Flame. And it's the Bullet after the mask of the Flame. The Bullet after the mask of the Flame. The referee, Roy George, hurtled to one side. And the Bullet after the mask of the Flame. Trying to rip that mask off the Flame. And he's got it partially off. He's got it partially away from the face. The Bullet trying to rip that mask off the face of the Flame. He's got the mask. He's got the mask. Wait a minute. Robert Fuller covering him. There's Boomer H. Lynch. And let's see if we can get a look at him. Let's see if we can get a look at the Flame. It doesn't appear likely.
Ladies and gentlemen, by referee's decision, the fall and the match go to the Bullet and Brad Armstrong.
In Pensacola at the City Auditorium, Sunday night at 8 p.m. That's a new starting time, 8 p.m. The Southeastern Tag Team Championship on the line. The Nightmares against Johnny and Tommy Rich. In a mask versus mask, it's the Bullet against the Flame. The Continental title, Roberto Soto against luscious Robert Fuller. The Southeastern title, Brad Armstrong against the exotic Adrian Street. And in a title match, loser leave, Roy Lee Welch against Ken Timms, plus one other match. We'll talk to these gentlemen at the desk in just a moment. Right now, let's go to the ring and Mike Jackson.
I'm here with a bullet, a little burn on the arm, but a trophy in the hand.
Hey, man, brother, how do you like it, Flame? Throw all that fire. When you got a 20-inch gun, brother, you can block out the light. And I'm going to tell you this. You want the mask? You got one, I got one already. You want mass versus mass, you got it anytime, anywhere, baby. Come on.
Gordon Soley.
Those words just sealed your doom, Bob Armstrong. I swear by everything that's evil that I will not rest until I burn your whole family, especially you, Bob Armstrong. You will never survive the next fireball. I personally guarantee you that I get through burning you and your brats, there won't be anything left but a big mess of charred goo. Hey, Armstrongs and Sotos are down, you backstabbing wetback. Your days are numbered. I promise you that.
Well, only time in the future will tell. So it is head shave versus head shave on Christmas Day night. Mask versus mask, hair versus hair. Street fights and a host of other things upcoming. Be sure to be watching us next week here on Continental Championship Wrestling. Until then, this is Gordon Soley saying so long from deep in the heart of Dixie.